So for 2 by 2 I'm going to say there's 3 levels of how to solve it. Beginner method, very advanced method, and then the middle method, which is like kind of in between. The beginner's method is the beginner's method, obviously, and if you're watching this video, make sure you know that method before this. It'll make things a ton easier. This is like the middle method, where it's not quite to the very best of the best, but it is a lot better than the beginner's method. So here we go. So this is called the Ortega method, and the first thing we're going to do is just make a layer as efficiently as possible, and we don't even have to line up the sides of it. For example, if I wanted to make blue here, or yellow, I could go like this, and that would be a layer. And the sides are not matched up, and that's fine. We're going to fix that in the last step, so that's the first step. The second step would to be solve the top of the opposite layer, which in this case it's yellow we started with, it'd be white, so we're just going to solve this. And again, these don't have to be perfect. So as long as you have a layer of stickers connecting here and here, then there's going to be one more step to solve the cube. So for solving the 2 by 2 we want to make the layers as efficient as possible. So we want to find a good layer to start with. So right here I'm looking at orange because here I already have 2 connected. And then I have another one here, and I can easily put them in like this. I'm going to put this one here and this one right here like this. And then going into this, it'd be even faster if you just memorize, like if you looked ahead to the next step during inspection, to what case you're going to get in the next step. So for corners, I have a video on this. I'll put this a link in the description. But this is how to solve them. We're using this algorithm. Like that. And we'll also be doing that on the right side, so like this. So I don't want to spend too much time on this because I have a separate video, so make sure you watch that if you don't know it already on how to orient the corners. But so pretty much just the last step now is just a couple of cases. So whenever you're making these, we're gonna call this a bar because we have 2 connected here, so there's a bar, and that is the only bar. We're not talking about bars like this up and down. We're going side to side, not up and down. This is a bar, this isn't a bar. So here's one, and that's the only one. So when we have that one bar, there's 2 things we can do here. And you can learn one algorithm, but to make things easier, just whether it's on top or on bottom, it's a different algorithm. So if it's on the bottom, you can either put it here or here. It's just going to be the opposite, the mirrored version of the algorithm. So you can put the block on the bottom left, the bar on the bottom left, and then do this algorithm. And that might seem like a lot at first, but it's actually really easy. And then from the left side, so if you have a block here, here's how it goes. And that fast looks like this. So if you have a bar and it's only one bar, just one, and it's on the top layer, what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the front. So if it's on the sides or on the back or whatever, you're going to turn it, make sure that's facing the front like this, and then we're going to do this algorithm. That fast looks like this. So that is if you have one bar. Now let's look and see what we do when we have 2 bars. So if I'm looking around and here's one bar and here's another, and obviously when you're going to be solving, you're not going to be like turning the cube. It's going to be like finish solving the white and then look, like take a quick look if you don't know. if you look ahead, which you should be doing, you should know, but in case you don't, look around real quick, and just by noticing, I put this on orange so you could easily see that there are 2 bars now. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the 2 bars on the same side, either front or back. Front is better, but you can also do back. I'll show that in a minute. This is the algorithm for doing the 2 blocks in the front. Here's what that looks like fast. And then if you put them in the back, so here in this case it's the red, so we're going to put them in the back, and then we're going to go like this. Like that. And there actually is a case where there's no bars like this, and I forgot to mention this because it's so easy. The algorithm's so short, it's hardly even an algorithm, but here it is. And then just the AUF. So here's what it looks like fast. So there's one more thing we have to go over, and that's if you do make a layer and it is completely solved like this, and then you go to the other layer and then solve that, and then you have, well, now you have 5 bars. And now basically what this comes down to is just one not good bar, just 2 switched. And there's 2 algorithms. You can either do a T-perm or J-perm. If you don't know these, then it would be useful to know how to solve a 3x3, but it's okay. But here are the algorithms. Here's a T-perm. Here's what that looks like fast. And then here is for a J-perm. Same case, just different algorithm. Here's what that looks like fast. And then there's one more case where there's 2 corners that are swapped. And here's how you do this. You just go like this, put the swap like this. It doesn't matter which ones you swap, but it's easier if it looks like this where it's more solved. Because it'll be solved, you don't have to do any AUFs. So here we go. It goes like this. Here's what that looks like fast. So when you're solving the 2x2 like this, you need to be color neutral or it won't work nearly as well. So being color neutral is really important for this. So I'll go through some example solves real quick, just so you guys really understand it. So I'm looking for any kind of connections here. So this is the only connection, which is white. So here we can go like this, put this one in, and then this one like this. And you would be looking ahead, but if you're just starting, it's not going to be that easy. So I'm not going to be showing you how to look ahead yet. I'll do that in the next example solve. But so here, now since I've done this, for this case, for the orienting the corners, we're going to go like this. And then here we have a solved layer, so we're going to have to put that upside down, and then we can do either a T-perm or a J-perm here. I prefer T-perms because with the J-perm, you're going to have to do the extra move at the end. With T-perms, you don't have to do that. Alright, so now an example solve with look ahead. So here we have a really easy case actually. With green, we have already 3 connected, and all we have to do is up, over 2 times, down, and that will connect it. So now we're going to be looking at the blue pieces, so to see what kind of case we get. So if we look at this piece, we're going up once, so here it is, over 2 times, so here, here, down. So this piece is going to end up here, so there's 1. And then this, if we go up, here it is, over, over, down, so we're going to have 1 here and here. This piece up, over, over, down, so here. And if you know 3, you're going to know all 4 of them. So I know the last one's going to be here. So the case, as soon as I finish the over, over, down, I'm immediately going to start going up into my next one, into my next algorithm, which I do that algorithm differently than most people, so it might be different from the way you do it. So whenever you're in inspection time, you're obviously not going to have that much time, but you can try and do as many as possible and you'll soon get fast enough. So if I start doing it, here I can immediately start going into my next algorithm to solve the blue. And now I can already start going and looking ahead because I know the next two moves are over, down, because that's just the rest of the algorithm. And so here, what I can see here is well, for one, are there any bars on green? There's no bars here. And then once I connect these two, it'll be white and yellow. And then it'll be red and orange. So there's not going to be any bars down here. Now I can go finish up my algorithm. And here's the last bar in the back. And then we can do that algorithm. I hope this helped, and I hope you really start to improve on your 2x2. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.